Finally, some time. Not much time, but a little bit of time to get some work done. Oh, how is everybody? Gonna let it sit. It's the middle of Sunday afternoon. Probably not gonna be a lot of people on. Everyone's watching sports ball, which I'm sure is exciting. It's been weeks since I've been able to stream. Where should I even put these? Those are over there. How's everybody doing? So today's goal is some details, I think. I'm going to start maybe with working on some facial hair. And if I got time, maybe put the eyeball resin in. So we'll see. Looks like my audio is off. Is my audio off? I don't know. Anyway, see if anybody gets in here. So let's find some hair. This is all that I got. And it's going to take a minute. So I think what I'm going to do is work on the hair part. So there we go. So that's where we're at. I think I'm going to go with this. I may add a little bit of highlights and stuff later on after the hair's on there, but I want to kind of see how it's going. And hey, Francis, how are you, man? Somebody's here. It's been so long. So let's see what we can do. What are you up to, sir? How do I not lose all this hair? So this is what I got. This is what comes with the kit. A little pack of white hair. All right. And I figured I might want to blend in some other colors. So I grabbed some of that, but none of it kind of fits. I think this one a little bit, some of this gray. So I might grab a couple of those little pieces and throw them in there. I don't think I'm going to need these colors. So I'm just going to hang on to those. I'm not sure how I even want to do this. So we're going to kind of play it by ear and see what we can do. So I am going to use, I think, matte gel to attach it. We'll see if that works. I don't know if it even is going to. So here we go. Do I have little scissors anywhere over here? I got to get them from the other side of the room, I think. Yeah, let me grab some other little scissors. It will go from there. Walked Hedron's wall about a week and a half ago, catching up on shows. Okay, I'm dumb. What's that? I don't even think I need my palette cam on right now. I don't think I'm going to be doing much painting as of right now today. So there's that. Okay. I don't even think I need that in. And I think we're good. Click off here. There we go. Okay. So how do I not? Maybe I'll keep this here to hold the hair. I'm going to try and pull. I'm just going to break this bag. It's going to be the easiest way, I think, to get this out of here. Now, is that enough? Kind of do. I think it's. Well, it's very wispy in the picture. So let me just test fit. Kind of like that. I don't even know if I need to add It's kind of long. I'm going to kind of stretch it out. I'm going to twist it a little bit here on this end. And I think I'm going to snip just a little bit there. Okay. So I'm going to keep this pinched in my finger. Let's see if this works. Let's start with this chin because I think that's going to be the easiest place to do some of this. So kind of starts here. Put some of this on there. Now, I don't even know. Oh, that wall? What are you doing way over there? That's what I thought you were talking about. But what? I didn't. That's crazy. It's not holding. There. So I'm kind of worried that this isn't going to hold. Mr. Biker Bill, no, you did not. I was working. Just trying to get the episode ready to go for today, which it's coming out tomorrow. That kind of works. Blow on it, see if it's actually sticking. It looks like it is. Oh my gosh, something went right. Let's go over here. Oh, nope, that's coming off. I knew this was going to become a mess. Yeah, going to Louder Than Life next weekend. Dude, I'm so proud of you. That's awesome. Congratulations on 15 years. And what a way to spend it. That's fantastic. I thought you were talking about something here in the States. I was like, what? I think that works. I don't even know if I need to really mix in the other, maybe a couple hairs here and there. Yeah, we're going to be there on Saturday. I got a message from somebody that wants me to stop by and see their collection. And I might do that on Sunday. Take pictures for the show. But we'll see. I think that works, guys. Now for the mustache. Oof. I'm going to add more. I'm going to let that dry. Did you lose your phone, Bill, on the go-karts? Oh, yeah. Oh, you're going back to Universal again, huh? Can anyone read? Is the chat window that's on screen right below me, is that too small to read? That's my question. Oh, you didn't lose your phone? That would have been so funny. All right, we'll do that. I'm going to cut off some of these hairs just so I have them. We'll see if they actually do anything for me. But actually, these look really nice. So these are a little more gray. So maybe I'll lay a couple of these in. This is tough. A lot tougher than I thought. Oh, man. Yeah, phones, I'm sure it's way too small. I'm trying to figure out. I'll work on that. I just want a way of keeping track of the chat for later. That's not working. I'm gonna have to snip. That maybe somehow. That's funny, Bill. Breaking rules at Wisconsin Dells. Dang it. Yeah, this is not. I think the medium's the way to go, but it just. Might just stop after adding all the hair today. I'm using Liquitex matte gel, so it kind of vanishes once you brush it on. We'll see. I don't know. Let's try and get. You got to work fast because it dries pretty quick, though. So for this, I'm gonna try. How does it look on his face? It's just kind of here. That's way too much. Very wispy. That kind of works. It's these weird stray hairs, that's the problem. Actually, I'm kind of happy with. It's not too shabby. Hey, Paul Gill. I did, yeah, I did clear coat a bunch of times, so there's a lot of sealant on there. And I think that's looking okay for that side. Let's try the other side. I'm going to build it up more. A little. So I'm brushing on. I'm going to tap it in. That's not looking as good. I'm sad. Mask Fest is this weekend. I didn't go. Crabby. Am I crabby? All right. Let's see when that dries. Ah, there's little hairs everywhere. Ah, it's pulling. Come on. No, 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 no. Paul, this isn't fun. I'm using gel medium. I was wondering because it dries, I think, a little faster than if I used like PVA glue or whatever that is. trying to get it to dry. Ah, this is pulling away. Ah, I had it. I need something pointy to push that. Paul, any tips on the hair? How did you do it? I don't think that's bad, actually. I just need to move it around a little bit. I'm not getting it where I want it to go. So that stayed. Needs a little more on the other side. Let's kind of twist this and twisting it. It's like I need 4 hands for this. No clue, it's your kit. Paul, it's your kit, Paul. You should have. That actually works. I'm using. I should just put this like as a sticky at the top. I'm using gel medium. Come on, camera. Matte gel, Liquitex. It dries just fast enough, and it kind of holds them in place. My goal is, I think, is I'm going to use the same stuff to glue on the fibers for the eyeball. I got to figure out how to make that screen. I might need you guys to help me do that. Thanks, James. Yeah, I think that does look pretty good, actually. Let's do another little pass here. Actually, I'll do some down here. I don't want to run out of this pure white. It looks good. Sorry, I'm mumbling. I'm going to snip this a little. Build models, they said. It'll be fun. Gonna tap it. One more. Jerry, I didn't get a chance to watch your video yet. I just saw you put it up. I'm gonna check that out. I liked it. I didn't have a chance to watch yet. Guys, I think that's the key. All right, I think one more pass and I'm done on the other. This went a little better than I thought. Maybe I'll put some of the silver hairs in. Did I lose them? I think I lost them. Thanks for the thanks for the tip, Paul. It's pretty good. I think I'm gonna be okay with that. Let's wish this would. I'm gonna use my finger actually. pinch those together a little bit. Could probably trim it later if there's any weird hairs sticking in places, but I think that's it. Okay. Let's make it a fiber day. Let's make it. I'm going to work on, since this is working, try and do some of the veins on the eyeball next. Let's do that. All right. Let's do some over here now. Same thing. Gonna tap it in there again. I haven't done this in so long. I haven't added real hair to anything in a long time. Ah. Trying to peel off just the right amount. I think that might do it. Yeah. Too much. Could be. The hand palette is the best palette. I probably added too much hair. I'm gonna leave it there. And cut. I need to cut some of that. And it's not going where I want. Okay. This one looks a little longer than the other. Good? Maybe? What's everybody think? The one side's way longer. Pull it, it's pulling too hard. Ah, it's coming off. No. Thanks, Jerry. Maybe I'll put some medium under here. I'll hold it. Yeah. I think I'm going to go with that. Although that side's way too long. No, they're all kind of long. But I think if I go longer, it's going to look silly. Yeah. Let's leave it there for a minute. Okay, let's set that off. Let's do this. Let's do the eyeball. So I went and bought, you can't buy like just a single thread. All I needed was like one little thread. So let's cut, I think I cut some before. So I had to buy these to just do this. To get that much. That's one of my beard hairs. I should use my regular hairs. I'm gonna peel off some of these. I don't know if you can even see that. See there? Okay. Now, make sure there's nothing on here. All right, same thing. I'm gonna do a couple just pulls. Keep those there. Spread this out. And I think I'm gonna go this way. And leave that. There we go. That looks pretty good, actually. Gonna tap them down. Ah, that worked better than I thought. Pull some more. Yeah, I have days like that. Absolutely have days like that where nothing goes right. And everything looks dumb. Totally. Is that too much? That's too much. Oh. Yeah, I think a lot of like FX guys use this for masks when they're doing eyeballs and stuff, is the red thread. Yeah, that's too much. I'm gonna move these. Get rid of that. That looks better. I'm gonna move it down there. Okay, let's do some more. So I got some of this brighter red. I'm gonna throw that in there too. Instead of trying to hand paint all these veins, I mean, there's no way. Plus, you can never get it to the right scale. It wouldn't look right there. I think I just messed up the other side with my finger. Yeah. I got some on. Yeah, that works. Let's just do a little more. Peeling out the different kinds of red. Let's do some up here now. Except it starts sticking to your fingers after a while. And I'm going to try and just kind of get them back more towards the back of the eye. Just kind of move them around. It does give you a nice random effect instead of trying to like use your brain to randomize it. Someone's calling me. That was Brian. I'm streaming, Brian. Go look at the YouTube. I gotta get some in there. Take care, Brian or Francis. See you. Some of these red veins in there. Might have to cut these out. I don't want a lot. I don't want them going over the metal for sure. It's not working. Ah, stuck on my brush. There's a little vein in there. That'll work. Let's add a couple more. These are starting to get long. Gotta break them. Need some down in here for sure. Hey, Kirk. Oop, too much water. Got dirty. Don't want that. Doing some veining, Kirk. With thread. Peel it off my finger, put it in there. Good, go. A little more here. Good thing is this matte gel dries matte, so if you get it on anything else, it disappears. And most of the brush strokes will vanish, which is good. So we kind of got, let's, looking like that. This hair is weird. Don't want that one. So I think I want to get some of this that came off. And it cleans up pretty good with just plain water too. So if you do get it in places you don't want, it'll vanish pretty easy. Okay. Yeah, there are a lot more than you want, than you would expect. All right, breaking. Some on my finger there. More here. Come on, attach. Ah, it's getting to the messy point where things aren't sticking. Come on. That's too much. Come on. Oops, sorry, I'm not on screen. Yeah, there. Smooth out some of these lumps. Oh, come on. And I think I'm going to gloss this before I do my final washes over on the metal stuff again, so I can clean them off easier if something happens or goes wrong. So I'm trying to feel like one of those painters that holds different paintbrushes in their knuckles. That's way too much. No. Now it's getting hard. Everything's sticking to my fingers. Damn it. Big glob right there. All right. A few more. I want to overdo it. How's that look? That looks okay. Maybe too much. Try and pull out some of those. Move them to the bottom. I think I'm good with that. I know it doesn't look like much, but I think it's going to be just enough to settle it in. Oh, I didn't get down there. Dang it. Gotta get in here. Pull out some of these darker red ones. Now it works because the scale of this eyeball, if it was smaller, like regular figure, there's no way it would be the right scale. So probably couldn't do this. It works great on masks and larger eyeballs, like one regular size, one scale, like all that shit. It'd look good. Yeah, I think I'm good with that. We'll leave it. Okay, let's stop there. Let's clean this up. And let me grab one other thing. I think that's good. Let's do a layer of red. Let's go back to this. How'd this turn out? I'm gonna brush on a little bit of this and go from there. Tap that down just a little. It looks a little too puffy. And I think it needs a little more. Oh no, did I lose all my white? Nope. I think it needs a little more on this side. Oh, everything's sticking to my fingers. I'm gonna have hairy palms. Put a little here. Nope. Dang it. This is one of the hardest things I've done in a long time. Okay. Yeah, I filled that side. No, I was pulling one hair and it pulled the whole thing off. I'm gonna probably have to cut them. I don't want any hair in that middle piece, so we gotta clean that out somehow. There. Yeah, I'm good with that. All right. I think that's okay. Let's put them together. See how bad it looks. That looks okay. All right. I think this is dry enough where I can get a coat of gloss on there. And I am going to just use the future stuff that I have that's really old, even though it's slightly yellow. Okay, I'm going to use this. That's what I got. Don't feel like trying anything new. And the brush I'm going to use, kind of need to make sure I have something clean. It's something I don't want to wreck. So let's, is that dry? Let me hit this is a hairdryer. How's everybody doing today? Anyone in chat? How you doing? I got to work on that window. It's way too small. Drying. Do a coat to seal it on there. All right. Actually, can I use this brush? Let me get in there with this brush. Tap some of that gloss on there. I don't want to pull them away, even though I think it's dry. Yeah, it works. This will be my first coat of this to kind of help seal those in. One really long piece. Pull that out. I haven't used Future in a long time. I don't remember the last time I needed to. Get everywhere? No. Okay, I'll use a smaller brush now for this part. Here. Get down in here. Okay. I'm gonna let that dry, I think. And then I gotta check and see. Hold on. All right. All right. Back, sorry. Probably take a couple coats to get that right. And let that dry for a minute. Okay. Need a sip. What's up? Anybody in chat? Tell me you're there. Please, somebody. I'll make sure I'm still going. Let's see if I can make this window bigger while that dries. It's gonna cut into the painting stuff though. Get rid of this for now. Just bring it up when I need to. Hide that. I'm gonna leave it. What does it look like full screen? Is it too hard to read that chat? If you're on... All right, Kirk, can you do me a favor? You're going to be my little technician on the other side. Are you looking at it on a TV or are you looking at the stream on a computer? Oh no, you're sick? I was starting to feel weird yesterday. A lot of people are coming down with stuff right now. And I can't tell if it's like allergies starting to push their way in or what's going on. Stress. Okay, you're on your iPad. Can you read the text that's on this? Not the chat that's on YouTube, but the chat that's right below me. I'm trying to get like a broad spectrum. So you're on an iPad. Can you read that chat? Okay. On a phone, I'm sure it's impossible to read. TV, I'm sure it's okay. Computer screen, probably okay. I just don't want to take up too much of the screen. And then when people come back later on, YouTube doesn't put the chat back in there. So I want it saved so people can see it later. So it looks like I'm talking to people. So I don't think I need to add any more of this hair. It almost looks like too much now that I look at that, but I think that's okay. It's good enough. I need to do a wash on that though. So we're gonna go null to oil, keep it easy. Throw some of this on there. It should dry pretty flat, so I don't need to worry about it later on. Let me get my trusty 3D printed bottle holders so I don't knock them over. Especially for the washes, because they always go bad. Hit this a few times, darken that up. All right. See if there's anywhere else that needs some weird hairs sticking off, but I'm just going to leave them. Do a little more shading maybe in some of these darker areas. I might have to move over a little. There we go. Is that dry yet? Probably not. No. It's getting there. It's kind of tapping that around. It'll dry pretty matte, so I don't have to worry about sealing it again. And I'm thinking maybe I'll paint sides real quick. So they're done. I don't want to use that brush because I want to use that again for... Where's my cheapest, dumbest black? Yeah, let's just use this. All right. Let's use this one so I don't get any hairs in there. All right. Now, time to be careful, which is not my strong suit. Paint that color in there. Just want to get the edges done. Okay, let's flip this around. Don't touch the beard, the mustache, whatever you want to call it. All right. Let's do the back. Out of paint already. I'm gonna kind of feather it towards the fur. That's right. Not sure it even needs another coat, but I'm gonna do it anyway. What are you doing this Sunday, Kirk? Anything fun besides watching this mess? Remember, I gotta set on target. Okay. I'm good with that. Let's let this dry. Need to change my water. Oh man, I'm sorry. Hope you feel better. What's next weekend? Is there a convention or something coming up? Now there's white hair everywhere. All right, I'm gonna add a little more medium. Trying to get it a little more shaped. There we go. Once that dried, I touched the black, which I knew was going to happen. Oh, cool. Is it the same? Is it? Oh no. Is it run by G-Fest people or is it something? Is it like G-Fest West? I spelled future. I should be wearing a glove at this point. Too much going on. Too much screw up. Which I am. Thanks, Joe Howe. See you tomorrow, buddy. Yeah, there was. There was. Yes, I remember that. They split the thing. I totally remember that. There was a... Yeah, I remember the controversy. All right, I'm not sure if that's even dry yet. I got to go get a glove so that I don't mess this up. I'm still here. You can still hear me. I'm afraid to touch anything. Yeah. That's why they don't have... Yep. But it's weird. I don't know. Toho, I would think they would just be cool with any sort of Godzilla convention, but who knows? All right. I need to set this down on something while it's still... Just go there. All right. How did this turn out? There is a drip in there. I'm going to hit this with the hairdryer too. And how was it last year? Was it pretty well attended? Because the one here in Chicago, man, it is so packed. Now I'm hoping this future smooths out a little because there are some spots in there I missed that seem very lumpy. We could just call that slime on the eyeball. But I'm going to keep hitting this. Should we attempt the resin today or wait? Stuff takes forever to dry. Like right there, there's some drippy. I'm afraid to even touch it with a paintbrush. What's it gonna do? I could mess up the whole thing right here. Ready? Actually, no, it didn't. It let me smooth it. That's good. Why is that taking so long? I think that's okay, though. Let's do some more washes. Let's do some of this. I want to add some color. This looks a little too... Might dirty down it a bit. Right here. This is one of my favorite colors. This Seraphim Sepia is just amazing for weathering and making things look a little dirtier. Love it. That looks okay, I think. Add some of it, just kind of dirty it up. Some shadows. For the most part, that's looking okay. It kind of fits the Blade Runner, kind of that. Blade Runner has that antique gold kind of look to a lot of the movie. That's why I kind of chose those colors. I'm afraid to do the resin. I think I'm gonna highlight fluorescent orange. I almost knocked my whole coffee over. I'm gonna add some of this, and I'm not using my wet palette because I'm going fast. I'm gonna grab some of this fluorescent orange and some fluorescent yellow. I almost knocked it over again. Let's not knock it over this time. I just don't think, like I was saying before, I was trying to get that replicant glow, and I don't think I got it. I'm going to try and feather out some of this brighter color. And blend in a little more of this yellow. It's so transparent. I'm having a problem with that. I think that looks a little better. Maybe it needs to be a little more orange. Wait, let me look. I got the picture. Hi, Diabolic. Muggy East Boston. It's muggy here today, too. It's not, I think it's like 82, 81. Kind of humid. That look. Is that close? Man. Never thought this would be the hard part, trying to get this color right. That's close. Let me see the other one. If that yellow glint is at the top. We're trying to do, let's see, make this bigger for a second. Yeah, the yellow glint is up at the top. What's going on in Boston today? Anything awesome? Anything fun? Besides mugginess? said Cincinnati Mask Fest is going on, and it's my normal yearly trip. I didn't go this year because it's so far. Normally, would probably be on my way home from Mask Fest right now. Such a good show. Maybe if I just tap the yellow up at the top, all that will bring it down. This Liquitex is so thick and gummy. Dude, how is Doom the Dark Ages? I still need to play the second one, but I love Doom. I love that newer one that came out a few years ago. Need my black back. Where's my black? Like that. Nice. Yeah, it looked fun. And I like the way they changed this. The suit, his outfit looks pretty nice. Get rid of some of this color. Dark and violent, way to go. It's Doom. That's what it's supposed to be. I'd love to see a new Quake game at some point. Yeah, there's a couple. There was going to be one. CA3D was going to put one out, but they got copyright cease and desist on it. And then someone else just did one 3D print wise that's pretty good. Actually, it's pretty close. Man, there is a orange spot right there. And I got to somehow, what colors did I use? I think let's grab some of this green. I've never opened this green. The straight green I've never opened. Weird. Let's just take some of this, mix it with some of that fluorescent yellow. That'll work. That'll hide it. Oh, there's fur everywhere. It's too much. Too green. I think I'll call that done too. I'm just worried about the inside not looking, because there's no going back. Once I drip that resin in there, it's over. And it is not, oh my God, what? I don't like how it's looking. I think those Liquitex colors are just too gloopy. They remind me of like tempera paint, like kids paint. I have to use Yeah, they just, man, I'm gonna have to try a different brand's fluorescents because those gouache fluorescents are, they don't, I don't know. It's like finger paint almost. I have to dry this with a hairdryer real fast. Redoing this. I'm probably gonna redo this 50 times. And sometimes the microphone picks up the hairdryer, sometimes it doesn't. Try and get in there a little more. See this? Is that like kind of like this orange? This is actually a nice pale orange. It's from, is this the Nova orange? Yeah, it's a great color. And it covers really well. Wait, one other spot. No, I'm gonna leave that. Actually, where's my black? Let's take some of this orange. I know it's putting orange on an orange palette. Smart. Just create. Time is it? Probably go at 5. We're going for what? How long? 4:13. A lot of this has to dry. I'm afraid to do the resin now. But I think I'm gonna put the first drip in there. All right, yellow. You know, the point of wearing a glove is not to get paint on it, to get on there, and I did that. So I want that glint. No, I haven't heard anything from those guys, Diabolic. And I haven't heard, yeah, I don't know. And I haven't even seen those guys posting that much either. I'm sure it's just them working on it, trying to get it done. I just finished uploading and editing and everything. The new episode will be out tomorrow at 11 a.m. And I think it's a pretty good episode. I really liked it. We had Dave Bennett on, and it was fun. It was a really good time. Yeah, I haven't heard any updates either. If, you know, maybe I'll have Scott reach out and see if he can hear anything. Scott's great at getting info. Me, not so much. Everyone tells Scott everything. No one talks to me ever, which is fine. Come on, get off of there. All right. Nope. Just messed that up. I'm gonna have to go get some. Or no, good. I erased it enough. There's a little. There we go. I'm gonna go with that. You go a little more yellow. Trying to get that glint. I can't seem to get the right. Oh no. I need some plain water, quick. Clean brush, quick. Is that a mistake? Luckily that part was dry enough, fast enough. Oh boy, that could have been a disaster. And now I just spilled my water. Oh no, there is a bit of a... Didn't get that to come off. I think it did. Oh no. No, that's okay. I'll leave it. It's a little over here too. It's so weird. My water's so dirty. That's part of the problem. I gotta get cleaner water. Let's hit this with the hairdryer. And let's just do one thing of resin. Let's see if we can get it to work. Go with it and be done. I think I'm gonna do my final gloss coat with Tamiya clear on the eyeball. I don't, this future stuff is not, I don't know if it's because it's humid, but it's just, I don't know. I'm almost wondering if I should make sure that dries for a long time. You know what? I think I'm gonna stop there. I'm gonna let that dry. I'm not gonna push it, and then I'll come back and do the resin next and let that dry overnight. Probably put a couple more coats of gloss on the eyeball part, and that'll be kind of boring. So it's been about, how long have I been going? Hour 20? Okay, that's a good place to stop. So thank you everybody for joining today. I'm gonna, like I said, back on track now that school's, all the stuff that's after school that had to be done is kind of over. So let's just do a final look for today. Steps where we're at, switch camera. That's where we are. So let's move this around. There we go. Focus. Yeah, that looks okay. It's looking okay. That's where we'll stop it. Yeah, thanks for joining. Everybody who came, thank you. It's awesome. Last minute, I'm going to try and say, I think this week's going to be a little busy, but I'm going to try and get on during the week, maybe Wednesday, and just kind of stick to a schedule at some point. Yeah, we had open house last week, so that ate up some time, and then just everything's kind of been getting in the way. Especially with an episode coming out. But yeah, it's getting there. And yeah, thanks guys. This is the first time trying the red thread technique. Let me get the other camera back on. And that worked. It looks like veins. Right? So red thread, some gloss gel medium on there, hold it in place, and it totally kind of works. So I'm gonna leave that the way it is. But next is the resin. And that can screw everything up. So thank you, everybody. Get my glasses around my neck so they're not blocking the screen. But we'll see you soon. Episode tomorrow, 11 a.m. And we'll go from there. Everybody have a great afternoon. Great Sunday. See ya. Bye.